I can stay in home. So somehow that was the time, like, you know, it's very difficult to get a software job. So I think I started with a very small company. They were hardly paying me like 1700, 1800 per month.
Oh.
Like,
Hmm.
so
Hmm.
I don't have any choice. So
Hmm.
to serve, I was in Pune that time, and to survive in Pune, I need to do something else. So
Hmm.
I remember that I joined in a small coaching institute as a part time, that too on Saturday, Sunday. So for
Hmm.
8 days, they used to pay me like 4,000 a month. So the coaching was more in comparison to my actual job.
Right. Right. Right.
So this is how I started my career in a software. At that time, I don't have much any idea about the share market and these things. The only link was my neighbor was that's stockbroker, or like,
Hmm.
at that time normally we don't have any, these website and those type of thing. Normally everything was in a terminal way. So like he has a shop type of setup where they have a
Hmm.
terminal. So
Hmm.
in a college, I sometime I used to go there, like we have a some family type of relation with them, so that is the only
Ha. Ha.
reason I started. But that time I hardly have any money, so if you don't have a
Hmm.
money, you actually can't do anything. But you
Right.
can say that was the time when I started,
Got it.
when I got
Pune.
introduced. No,
Or
not Pune,
sorry.
in my hometown. So that is the time where I got introduced to stock market, but that was just an introduction, not exactly I was doing anything much on that.
Hmm. Hmm. और
So
ओके और सॉरी
yeah.
एजुकेशन पुणे में था या कहाँ
No,
कहाँ पे
in from Delhi.
दिल्ली ओके ओके
I'm not exactly telling the space location, but it's in the north,
हम्म
in the Delhi side only. So that is the
गॉट इट
got it. So
एंड
Pune, I like there was only two choice, because my most of the college friends, everybody was going to Pune, so I don't have any other choice. So I also went with them. It's like that only. So there was nothing like decided that I need to go to this place. Few went to Bangalore. It's like that.
got it understood and then when did you actually start trading full time or rather not full time sorry what I meant is when did you start trading because you're still working even as we speak
Yeah.
so when did
So
you start trading
technically, yeah. So what happened after certain time, if if you work for some time, then suddenly, like in 2008, it actually, there was a actually the recession and everything was there, and the market actually fall. I don't remember the exact figure, because at that time I was just novice at that time. So I
hmm.
remember in a holiday or something around Diwali,
Hmm.
in late 2008, I've been to like my place just for a normal Diwali visit or whatever you say. So
Hmm.
that time I had some saving, like maybe 12,000 or 10,000. I don't remember the exact figure, but some small saving only. So
Hmm.
with the help of my neighbor, he just asked me to invest something. So I started at that time. So that was the must my first broker. I
Hmm.
started that broker thing, everything. Even the pen card was, when you don't have actually figures salary and something, you don't need a pen card. At that time, you actually don't need pen card also if you have very minimum salary. So
Hmm.
he did everything for me. And that was the
Hmm.
time I invested. Even that was the 100% recommendation from that broker.
Hmm. Hmm.
So,
Got
but
it.
that time you can say I was lucky, because it was like simply a recession. Almost for 2.5 year, I did nothing. And
Hmm.
suddenly then when market recover, maybe my investment become three times or whatever you say. I don't remember the exact figure, but it was a very good return.
Hmm.
So that
Got it.
time
Hmm.
you think, okay, this can also be the something extra.
Hmm. Hmm. And when did you sort of move to Australia, Saurabh?
It's like 4.5 year now.
Oh, acha. Okay. So, okay, that is pretty recent then. Okay.
No, actually, okay. So I'm mostly okay. So if you work in a software, you have a
Hmm.
like basic whatever job you consider. Maybe after that, I got a bigger break. Started working in a bigger MNC, like international company. I'm not sure if you heard about EDS was the company that
Hmm.
where I got a placement. It's now actually acquired by the HP. So I
Hmm.
started. Then I got a placement on that with the experience,
Hmm.
with some experience. So that
Hmm.
was that time actually I was getting a decent type of salary. So
Hmm.
you know as a software engineer, you if you want to earn some money, because my intention was to have a decent amount of money, you only have a choice: either you switch or either you go to
Hmm.
on-site. There is nothing
Hmm.
else you can do.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So, the
Hmm.
main intention was to get on-site. So I
Hmm.
tried some, some within 8 9 months, I got a chance to go to France. So I worked in France also for at least a year.
Hmm.
So that was the time where actually I was able to save something. Otherwise, if you are in India and you're living outside from family, you don't have a much saving. But when you go
Hmm.
outside India, that too as a
Hmm.
bachelor, there is a good
Hmm.
chance that you will able to save something, at least a decent amount.
Yeah, yeah. No, no, I agree. I agree. I agree. So tell me one thing, Saurabh. So, during this time, so when did you sort of really, get, what should I say, active in trading? And when you moved into the stock markets, was it initially you started with just equity, or you straight away went to FNO and,
No, no, no. Everything is in equity, because I don't think that time there was any FNO also. It might be, but
Hmm,
I don't have any information on that. That time, like,
hmm,
uh, it's purely based on that broker help, that you can
hmm,
consider as him as a family member, or just a neighbor who is living just next to us from like 20
hmm,
years or something like that. So it's like
hmm,
a family relations with them. So
hmm,
everything with the help of that person. So that was the
hmm,
initial phase. And actually I got a introduction to FNO when I was working in USA. In USA, like in US, like a lot of people have this knowledge and they are actually doing from a lot. Uh, so that time I got an introduction. Okay, so before that, I would like to tell you one thing. Like in
hmm,
2008, actually, I was lucky, and after that, I
hmm,
tried a lot of different thing, and I was actually not able to make some good amount. And what I did, whatever able to save from that on-site trip, I almost invested everything in a stock market. Like
hmm, hmm,
I don't have a, like, I never get any money from my family and those things. My father and my family does not have that capability to give me anything, but I don't have any liabilities also, that my father don't expect anything from me also. So that was the benefit for me.
hmm,
So
hmm,
whatever I was earning or whatever I can save, I thought maybe I can double it or triple it. That was the mindset. But
hmm,
after that, I think 2010 or something, when I invested everything, whatever I had, I was not able
hmm,
to make much. So,
hmm,
you know, when you have a limited knowledge and your stocks are not performing well. Even I remember I have this stock, Reliance,
hmm,
Anil Ambani shares,
hmm, hmm.
that cinema share. I forgot the name, and actually I lost 70 or 80% on those shares. It's not
Oh,
so.
the what? Adlani, what was that? I don't know. Okay,
Uh,
sorry.
I forgot the name, that they are acquired by some different company. So that
Okay,
was my
okay.
biggest loss in a single share.
Hmm, hmm,
Uh,
hmm,
I almost that was, but you don't have a basic knowledge on that. That if something is going down, you need to exit it. So I
hmm,
become actually long time investor, whatever you can consider that.
hmm, hmm,
Then
got it.
then
Good.
then I realized that, that time, like, I was like 99% I was doing based on tips, or
Hmm,
maybe I was used to read some newspaper or whatever online, or
hmm,
sometime broker used to send you some recommendation. Those things only I was doing. There was nothing
hmm,
serious about that. But
hmm,
when I moved to US, there
hmm,
was two guys who were actually senior to me. One was a
hmm,
contractor, and he has a decent salary, plus he has a decent amount of knowledge on that. He
hmm,
introduced me to a new concept that is called a covered call. Actually,
hmm,
that is slightly, from there I get to know, okay, there is something called FNO also.
hmm, hmm, hmm,
So that was the main turning point for me.
hmm,
And the hedging and those things, that actually I came to know, okay, so I was already, like, normally retail person are in an impression that you only invest in stock market, there is no other option. The problem
hmm,
with the stocks are, there is only one way you can make a money. Like,
hmm,
if pr- your prediction or your study goes right, and
hmm,
stock will move in that direction. If they
hmm,
don't move or stay in near your cost, you will actually not going to make a money. So
hmm,
that guy actually changed my, bilkul, like, he changed everything. Like, okay,
hmm,
so this is the other way also you can make a money. So that time I got an interest on that.
hmm, hmm, hmm.
So
And
that was
and
the first. Yeah.
Sorry, and so then as we come closer to the current day,
Mm.
now now that you have been like a very prolific, you're an option trader. So what's your overall, basically, I mean, I'm not asking you a strategy or anything, but basically what's your mindset as a trader? I mean, what is it that you prefer doing, not prefer doing, as a trader?
Okay, so I'm not sure how to answer this, but maybe we need to take some example on that. What exactly what I do, or maybe I have lot of question in my timeline regarding same thing. Like people want to know about a psychology or some strategy or those things. So maybe I would like to talk more about that.
Hmm.
Maybe it might help people. So
Hmm.
maybe if you
Sure.
want, we can discuss on that.
Yeah,
So
yeah, please.
whatever I'm trying to explain here, this is what my experience and what I feel. So
Yeah.
there might be a different set of people where they have a different set of this thing experience. So just I'm going to discuss what I feel. So what I learned till now, there is a two three type of thing: system trading or discretion trading, whatever you say. So discretion trading, people understand something like that कि आज जो भी मन में आया, I did that same thing. But
Hmm.
what I understand from this is there is a two type of trading.
Hmm.
uh, जो जो सेकंड टर्म आई यूज्ड कि जो मन में आया वो we use it, that in a long run or after some time people will fail, because the
Hmm.
thing is discipline is not there.
Hmm. Hmm.
So that is what main thing, and I would like to discuss more about that.
Sure,
How
sure,
I look
sure.
at how I look market is, it's all about mathematics, it's all about numbers, it's all about probability, it's all about how you read the market. Means
Hmm.
maybe I can give you a very simplest example.
Hmm.
Maybe it's, you can consider as a psychology,
Hmm.
सभी बोलते हैं लाइक है ना कि साइकोलॉजी क्या है, मे बी यू अचीव सम साइकोलॉजी और समथिंग समथिंग बिगर बिगर वर्ड, जो कि
Hmm.
नॉर्मल पब्लिक को समझ में नहीं आती अभी,
Hmm.
हाउ दे डेवलप दैट साइकोलॉजी, दैट इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट ऑफ द ट्रेडिंग.
Hmm.
साइकोलॉजी समथिंग क्या है कि जो चीज हमारे लिए अननोन है, समथिंग विच इज अननोन टू अस, वी हैव मोर फियर टू दैट. अभी लेट्स टेक
Hmm.
एन एग्जांपल ऑफ अ साइकिल. नॉर्मल जब
Hmm.
हम बाइसिकल रन करना चला सीखते हैं, नॉर्मली
Hmm.
उस टाइम क्या होता है, वी नीड सम सपोर्ट सिस्टम, या फिर हमको
Hmm.
उसके बारे में कुछ नॉलेज नहीं होता कि लेट्स अज्यूम अगर हम साइकिल चलाएंगे और हम गिर जाएंगे तो हाउ मच वी आर गोइंग टू हर्ट अवर सेल्फ. सो
Hmm.
दिस इज व्हाट फियर इज.
Hmm.
और
Hmm.
जब हम उस चीज को लर्न कर लेते हैं, लाइक
Hmm.
ओके फाइन, आई नो एवरीथिंग अबाउट दैट, कि अगर हम इतनी
Hmm.
स्पीड नॉर्मली हम साइकिल में ले लेंगे तो हमारा
Hmm.
बैलेंस ऑटोमेटिक बन जाएगा. वी डोंट नीड दैट सपोर्ट, दैट स्मॉल टायर्स, मे बी सम पेरेंट्स और कुछ बड़े भाई बहन का जो हमारे हमको पीछे पकड़ के चलते हैं. वी डोंट नीड
Hmm.
इट. तो
Hmm.
कुछ उस टाइप से मैं साइकोलॉजी को समझता हूँ. अभी
Hmm.
वो डेवलप कैसे होगा, वो
Hmm.
डेवलप कैसे होगा, हमको कुछ ना कुछ रूल सेट्स बनाने होंगे.
Hmm.
लेट टेक अ वेरी सिंपलेस्ट एग्जांपल कि वो रूल
Hmm.
सेट्स कैसे होंगे, और या रूल सेट
Hmm.
क्या होता है. रूल
Hmm.
सेट्स का मतलब, वी नीड टू वी नीड टू कंसीडर मार्केट एज अ नॉर्मल सम नंबर गेम. अभी उस
Hmm.
नंबर्स में हम कहाँ पर मैक्सिमम बेनिफिट ले सकते हैं, दैट इज मोर
Hmm.
मोर इम्पोर्टेंट. आरएसआई, जैसे एक मैं सबसे सिंपलेस्ट एग्जांपल लेता हूँ, आरएसआई.
Hmm.
99% लोग आरएसआई को समझते हैं या उनको थोड़ा बहुत आइडिया है व्हाट इज आरएसआई. लेट्स
Hmm.
मेक एक वर्चुअल थोड़ा बनाने की कोशिश करता हूँ कि एक ट्रेडिंग सिस्टम हम कैसे डेवलप कर सकते हैं. दिस इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट, और वो आपका 80% साइकोलॉजिकल इश्यूज या मार्केट को समझने का इशू सॉल्व कर देगा. फिर मैं एक आपको एक स्मॉल ट्रेडिंग स्टाइल बताऊंगा जो मैं कभी कभी यूज करता हूँ.
जी.
तो व्हाट आई मीन बाई आरएसआई, मतलब नॉर्मली सबको पता है कि एक हम नंबर ले लेते हैं, इट्स वेरी
Hmm.
सिंपल, कि अगर आरएसआई 65 से, एक एक जस्ट मैं नंबर ले रहा हूँ ताकि सबको समझ में आए, जैसे 65 से ऊपर होगा तो मार्केट बुलिश होगा, और 40
Hmm.
या 45 से नीचे होगा तो
Hmm.
मार्केट बियरिश होगा.
Hmm. Hmm.
सो नॉर्मली मार्केट में आपको एंटर के लिए आपको कुछ ना कुछ व्यू चाहिए, जैसे
Hmm.
कि मे बी ये मार्केट एवं ऊपर जाएगा या डाउन जाएगा या साइडवेज रहेगा. एज अ ऑप्शन
Hmm.
सेलर, हमारा विनिंग प्रोबेबिलिटी इज ऑलमोस्ट 60-66%, बिकॉज अगर मार्केट अराउंड आपके व्यू के पास भी रहा, स्टिल यू विल गेट अ थीटा डिके।
हम्म
तो इसी के लिए हम सिस्टम बनाने की कोशिश करते हैं, हाउ वी आर गोइंग
हम्म
टू मेक अ सिस्टम, और
हम्म
इसी को हम कंटिन्यू इम्प्रूव करेंगे। नॉर्मली लेट्स अज्यूम हमने 5 मिनट का एक चार्ट ले लिया,
हम्म
एक 5 मिनट का टाइम फ्रेम सेट कर लिया, दिस इज अ रूल नंबर 1। रूल
हम्म
नंबर 2, कि लेट्स अज्यूम, मतलब फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल कि प्लीज डोंट कंसीडर इज अ 100% एक्यूरेट रूल, जस्ट आई एम ट्राइंग टू गिव यू एन एग्जांपल। सो हमने फर्स्ट, हमारा रूल क्या है कि लेट्स अज्यूम 65 से अगर ऊपर बैंक निफ्टी ट्रेड करती है विद अ 5 मिनट, बैंक निफ्टी फ्यूचर ट्रेडिंग एबव 65, तो वी विल स्टार्ट कॉशियस, क्योंकि हम ये मान के चल रहे हैं कि हम एक स्ट्रेंगल में हैं, मतलब ये भी सॉरी एक प्री कंडीशन है कि वी आर ऑन स्ट्रेंगल। ठीक है।
हम्म
तो अगर जैसे 65 से ऊपर बैंक निफ्टी 5 मिनट के चार्ट पे ट्रेड करेगी, तो वी विल हैव अ फर्स्ट अलर्ट। फर्स्ट अलर्ट मींस कि हम ये चेक करेंगे कि मतलब मे बी कि लेट्स अज्यूम कि हमारा जो लैग सी लैग होगा, अदर
हम्म
लैग जो कि प्रॉब्लम में हो सकता है, वो कितने पॉइंट दूर है, लाइक 500 700, तो उस पे एक अलर्ट होगा। ये
हम्म
हमारा फर्स्ट पॉइंट हुआ, तो ये हमारा एक रूल हो गया कि फर्स्ट रूल
हम्म
अगर 65 से अबव है, देन
हम्म
हमारा सेकंड रूल जो कि एग्जिट या सेकंड लेग को एडजस्ट करने का रूल होगा, ये सेकंड
हम्म
रूल होगा कि जैसे ही वो 75 प्लस आरएसआई होता है एंड 3 मिनट 75 प्लस होता है, सो दिस इज अ थर्ड रूल, एंड फोर्थ रूल
हम्म
इज सस्टेन फॉर अ 3 मिनट।
ओके
सस्टेन फॉर अ 3 मिनट, तो हमको सेकेंड लेग मे बी सी लेग एग्जिट करना है, और मे बी पी लेग का प्रॉफिट बुक करके आगे शिफ्ट हो जाना है। तो ये
हम्म
आपके पास एक रूल सेट बन गया जिसको आप
हम्म
डिफाइन कर सकते हो। अगर अब इस पे आपको कॉन्फिडेंस कैसे आएगा या साइकोलॉजी कैसे बिल्ड होगी, there is a concept called a manual back testing. Maybe if you type like control G in a trading view, or I think Zerodha also have that facility. I'm not 100% sure. I never used Zerodha for a charting. Normally I use a trading view. So you do a manual back testing for a using the same rule set. Maybe एनी रूल सेट, जैसे कि हम बहुत सारा यूज करते हैं कि वी वेप से ऊपर चला जाए, एम वेप से ऊपर चला जाए, कुछ तो आपको लिखना पड़ेगा।
हम्म
और और उसको आप 6 मंथ टू 1 ईयर बैक टेस्ट करो, बाई बार, कि
हम्म
ओके, वो जो बार बाई बार आप जब मैनुअल बैक टेस्ट करोगे, इट इज
हम्म
गोइंग टू गिव योर कॉन्फिडेंस, और दिस इज द लर्निंग ऑफ अ मार्केट, और वो आपकी साइकोलॉजी बिल्ड करेगी।
ओके
और जब आपको किसी चीज के बारे में थोड़ी भी नॉलेज होती है, व्हाट डज इट
हम्म
मीन, कि आपको इस चीज की गारंटी हो जाती है कि ओके, इफ आई एम गोइंग टू फेल दिस मच, आई एम गोइंग टू फेल, तो हमारा डर खत्म हो जाता है।
right right
सो
you know
दिस
you
इज,
basically you basically know what your risk is, right?
हाँ, मे बी द रिस्क, और वॉट एग्जैक्टली यू आर डूइंग। 90% जिन लोगों से भी मेरी बात होती है, कैसे भी पर्सनल, या उनका सबसे बड़ा इशू ये होता है कि सर कुछ सिखा दीजिए, यानी आई वांट टू लर्न समथिंग फ्रॉम यू।
हम्म
अभी अगर मैं अपने आप को एक स्कूल समझूं,
हम्म
दिस इज स्लाइटली अ बिगर वर्ड। सो
हम्म
अगर हम किसी स्कूल में एडमिशन लेने जाते हैं, नॉर्मली क्या
हम्म
होता है, स्कूल आपसे
हम्म
फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन ये पूछता है ना कि आपका लेवल क्या है, या आप लास्ट किस क्लास से थे,
हम्म
लाइक
हम्म
थर्ड क्लास से आ रहे हैं, या फिफ्थ क्लास से आ रहे हैं, या 11th क्लास में आ रहे हैं। यानी कि
हम्म
स्कूल के पास एक डिफाइंड नॉलेज है कि यू ऑलरेडी हैव दिस सेट ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन और दिस सेट ऑफ नॉलेज, तभी आप
हम्म
सेकंड क्लास में जा पाओगे, या नेक्स्ट क्लास में आपको एडमिशन मिलेगा। लेकिन
हम्म
जो भी ट्रेडर्स या जो भी मतलब जो नए हैं, उनके उनके बीच में कोई भी सेट ऑफ डिफाइन नहीं है, जिसको हम कहते हैं कि वो हर किसी ट्रेडर से सक्सेसफुल
हम्म
होना या ना होना इस बात पे ज्यादा डिपेंड करता है कि आपने मार्केट पे कितना टाइम स्पेंड किया है, और आप उस पे कितने कॉन्फिडेंट है,
हम्म हम्म
रादर देन स्ट्रेटेजी। ठीक है, स्ट्रेटेजी इज ऑल्सो इम्पोर्टेंट, बट स्ट्रेटेजी पे आपको कॉन्फिडेंस तभी आएगा व्हेन यू हैव ऑल टाइप ऑफ डेटा, दैट इज मोर
हम्म
इम्पोर्टेंट। अदरवाइज स्ट्रेटेजी एक्चुअली यूट्यूब, गूगल और पता नहीं कहाँ कहाँ आपको मिलेगी, और मैं ये
हम्म
एज्यूम करता हूँ कि काफी कुछ चलता है, ऐसा नहीं है कि नहीं चलता।
हम्म हम्म
सो होपफुली आई एम एबल टू एक्सप्लेन ऑन दिस साइकोलॉजी, और
yes yes yes
this,
नहीं नहीं I tell me one thing, in fact उसी उसी उसी
हम्म,
रिलेटेड पॉइंट पे मुझे ये पूछना है कि जस्ट 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 होल्ड ऑन ना।
श्योर।
हाँ सॉरी, हाँ, सो उसी रिलेटेड पॉइंट मुझे पूछना है कि अगर सपोज एग्जांपल 100% में से देयर आर थ्री इसेंशियल कंपोनेंट्स ऑफ ट्रेडिंग, राइट? वन इज ट्रेडिंग स्ट्रैटेजी, एक एक होता है ट्रेडिंग स्ट्रैटेजी, नंबर टू होता है आपका रिस्क मैनेजमेंट, आपका मनी मैनेजमेंट, एंड थर्ड होता है आपकी साइकोलॉजी, यो डिसिप्लिन बोलो या जो भी आपका ये। तो आप एज अ ट्रेडर, सौरभ, हाउ मच विल मार्क्स विल यू गिव to these three components between, say, trading strategy, trading strategy, risk management, and the discipline or the psychology? How would you give the percentages in order of importance?
Actually, I would like to add one more point here. What is the background of that person? Maybe if something goes wrong, what
Hmm.
he is going to do, and does that person have any backup plan, backup money? That is also very important. Then
Hmm.
these things will come in the picture. The problem, biggest problem with the losing side is people with have like maybe 5 lakhs or maybe 10 lakhs capital. They think they will come in a market and they will start generating 10%, 20%, maybe more in from a first month, which is not practical.
Hmm.
So that is I would consider as a first thing. So that is I would consider as a background. Second would be psychologies. What does it mean, the psychology? That the thing which I try to explain in the first answer. You need to have something written. अभी आप
Hmm.
इम्प्रूव क्या करोगे जब आपको यही नहीं पता होगा कि इम्प्रूवमेंट करना कहाँ है?
Hmm. Hmm.
जैसे मैं आपको
Hmm.
एक बहुत अच्छा एग्जांपल देता हूँ. मोस्टली आई एम positional trader. 90% I would like to do a positional thing, but
Hmm.
from last 6 weeks, uh, every other day my production is going wrong because one day market is 3% down, other day is 1.5% or 2% is up, which is actually making me think again about my strategy. But the thing is, I can think about my strategies because I have written something or I have something इन प्लेस. देन ओनली आई कैन इम्प्रूव इट. अगर आपको ये भी नहीं पता कि आप इम्प्रूव क्या करने वाले हो, इम्प्रूवमेंट करोगे कैसे?
Hmm. Hmm.
और वो आपको कभी ना कभी आपके करियर में आएगा ही. सो
Hmm.
वो आपको तभी होगा जब आपके पास लिखे होंगे. और वो लिखा कैसे होगा, उस पर कॉन्फिडेंस कैसे आएगा? जब आप
Hmm.
उसको एक्चुअली उस पर बैक टेस्ट, लिटरली अ सिंपल कंडीशन विच आई एक्सप्लेन यू इन आरएसआई, वो वर्क
Hmm.
करती है. लेट्स
Hmm.
एज्यूम 70 से ऊपर अगर बैंक निफ्टी 5 मिनट के चार्ट पे है और 2 मिनट या 3 मिनट उसने सस्टेन किया, आई विल
Hmm.
एग्जिट माई सी लैग. As soon as
Hmm.
it come down around 65, I will re-enter on the same leg or in a different leg, maybe 200 point far C, I can re-enter it.
Hmm. Hmm.
और आई कैन
Hmm.
शिफ्ट माई पी. तो ये जो बेसिक्स रूल्स है, जब आप बैक टेस्ट करोगे आपको सब एक्चुअली समझ में आएगा और वो आपको कॉन्फिडेंस देगा. इट्स लाइक अ फर्स्ट डे में आप कितने भी अच्छे हो, यू कांट
Hmm.
बी अ बेस्ट साइक्लर और बेस्ट ड्राइवर ऑफ अ बाइक और कार ड्राइवर, वॉट एवर यू अंडरस्टैंड. कांट बी.
Hmm.
यू नीड अ सम
Hmm.
टाइम. आइदर
Hmm.
यू स्पेंड फ्रंट टेस्टिंग, मीन्स मार्केट में रहकर आप एक्सपीरियंस लो. जैसे कि
Hmm.
मतलब मेरे केस में कुछ वैसा ही रहा है. आई लर्न
Hmm.
फ्रॉम द मार्केट इटसेल्फ. फ्रेंकली
Hmm.
स्पीकिंग मैंने बहुत बुक्स और ये सब नहीं पढ़ा है.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
तो वो मतलब बेसिकली आपके सामने जब चार्ट बनता है, यू थिंक इन अ डिफरेंट मैनर. तो
Hmm.
वो चार्ट, आई नाउ यू डोंट हैव अ चॉइस कि आप 2017 या 2016 या 2018 में वापस जाए. द अदर अदर थिंग इज, लेकिन आप बैक टेस्ट कर सकते हो इसको, बट डू द मैनुअल बाय बार. मे बी ट्राई इट विद 1 मिनट बार, मे बी ट्राई विद 2 मिनट बार और 5 मिनट बार.
Hmm.
वो एक्चुअली आपका कॉन्फिडेंस का लेवल इतना इंक्रीज करेगा. वो जो सबसे बड़ा क्वेश्चन होता है जो हर बंदा लिखता है कि साइकोलॉजी साइकोलॉजी साइकोलॉजी, हाउ, what is a psychology and how to develop that, this is the best thing you can do that.
Got it. Hmm.
और लास्ट
So,
थिंग इज रिस्क मैनेजमेंट, जिसको हम कहते हैं, वो ऑटोमेटिकली आएगा जब आपको ये चीज पता होगा. प्रॉब्लम इज कि हमें पता नहीं है कि हम क्या कर रहे हैं.
hmm. Hmm.
जैसे कि मैं आपको एक
Right.
सिंपलेस्ट एग्जांपल देता हूँ.
Hmm.
सबसे सिंपल एग्जांपल कि जैसे कि हमको ये बोला जाता है कि इफ यू हैव अ इफ यू आर ऑप्शन सेलर, यू हैव अ अनलिमिटेड लिस्ट. As per my definition, unlimited means your capital, let's assume a 1 CR capital, and if
Hmm.
you have deployed 1000 P and
Hmm.
next day market is open as a 10% gap down, so your
Hmm.
capital should be wiped up. But 10% भी अगर market gap down होता है तो
Hmm.
आपका कैपिटल 30 या 44-45% ही वाइप होगा. मे बी माई फिगर शुड बी मतलब थोड़ा रॉन्ग है, बट 100% तब भी नहीं जाएगा ना, क्योंकि वो
Hmm.
उसका लिमिट है. सो
Hmm.
अभी इसको हम सिंपल टर्म में समझने की कोशिश करते हैं. बड़ा
Hmm.
सिंपल डेफिनेशन है. लेट्स एज्यूम कि आज मार्केट 33,000 पे है. ये
Hmm.
दिस इज व्हाट आई कॉल द मैथमेटिक्स. इफ यू नो दीज मैथमेटिक्स, आपका कॉन्फिडेंस ऑटोमेटिकली ज्यादा होगा. व्हाट इज द
Hmm.
मैथमेटिक्स? इट्स सुपर सिंपल. लेट्स एज्यूम you have sold up 33,000 P and
Hmm.
34,000 C, both at the 100 rupees premium.
Hmm. Hmm.
What happened? You bought a 500 point FAR as a hedge. Let's assume 32 500 and
Hmm.
34 500. So 500 डिस्टेंस पे दोनों साइड यू हैव बॉट समथिंग. फाइन.
Hmm.
सो अभी आपके माइंड में ये पिक्चर क्लियर होना चाहिए कि अगर वो
Hmm.
गैप डाउन होगा, ये दिस इज अ रफ कैलकुलेशन. सो
Hmm.
माइंड में ये चीज आपको होना चाहिए कि 100 रुपीज का प्रीमियम अगर 500 पॉइंट गैप डाउन होगा, इट्स मीन इट विल बिकम अ इन द मनी. एंड जो 100 रुपीज का प्रीमियम होगा, सॉरी सॉरी फॉर माई रॉन्ग वर्डिंग, मतलब मेरा मतलब है कि अगर 33,000 का पी लिया है एंड इफ मार्केट ओपन एट द 32,500, so your
Hmm.
premium will become a 500 rupees premium of P. And if you have a
Hmm.
1,000 quantity, so your loss, actual loss will be uh, 500 minus 100 because your premium is already there. So
Hmm.
400 into 1,000. So it's
Hmm.
around 4 lakh. Because,
Hmm.
but it's not exactly 4 lakh because you will get something from that P buy also. So
Hmm.
you, when you have this rough calculation, this mathematics on your mind, आपका जो fear है, psychology part है, already strong हो जाएगा. So this is what the market is.
Hmm. Hmm. Got it. Got it. So, what we'll do, Saurabh, is that before I sort of open up the audience round, I would like to ask you one more final question,
Mhm.
which is that based on your experience as a trader, and what is your advice that you would like to give to other upcoming or the new traders, that things that they should, very few things that they should strictly avoid, or anything that you would want them to do actively. So, very briefly, if you could maybe give a few words of advice.
Okay. So first of all, strictly avoid means I would say they should have a minimum capital to start with. Why I Let's assume you can sell a option or maybe buy a option with a certain amount of money, but you
Hmm.
if you have a minimum amount, let's assume 1.5 lakhs, which is the minimum amount you need to sell a option, and you are going to
Hmm.
sell a single lag. What does it mean? You are paying some brokerage also. So
Hmm.
after a certain time, you will realize you are actually paying 40% or maybe more. I don't have an exact figure. So
Hmm.
you need to have a some minimum amount. Another thing
Hmm.
is you need to understand the risk behind that. Risk you will able to understand from which I explained in a previous example. And
Hmm.
third is you should have something for your backup also.
Hmm.
Actually, that is very important.
Hmm.
If
Hmm.
everything is going fine, okay, so you need to understand one thing. When you lose money, it should not affect you in a way that you are losing your money plus psychology also, or maybe in something your mind also. It should not
Hmm.
affect that. अभी
Hmm.
ऑप्शन बाइंग और ऑप्शन सेलिंग का जो सबसे मेन डिफरेंस क्या है?
Hmm.
ऑप्शन बायर्स को व्हाट आई कंसीडर एज अ मेंटली बहुत स्ट्रांग होना पड़ता है. रीजन कि यू वॉन्ट गेट डेली दिस थिंग, daily
Hmm.
trigger for your uh, maybe daily trigger of this thing. तो let's assume कि होगा ये कि 5 days you might be in negative or maybe more, you will see the drawdown, or maybe on a eighth day you will get a better result, or maybe सारा drawdown खत्म हो जाएगा. But ये सुनने में ठीक है, but actually this is a practical thing. No, it's not.
Hmm.
वो
Hmm.
8 days इतने पेनफुल होंगे कि आप जो नाइन्थ डे में जब आप ट्रेड ले रहे होगे, वो आप पूरे फुल कॉन्फिडेंस पे नहीं ले पाओगे. तो मैं
Hmm.
नॉर्मली हमेशा सबसे बोलता हूँ कि जो नॉर्मली जो स्मॉल कैपिटल वाले हैं वो ऑप्शन बाइंग में बहुत ज्यादा जाते हैं. आई एम नॉट
Hmm.
अगेंस्ट एनीथिंग बिकॉज आई डू बोथ. इट्स नथिंग,
Hmm.
इसमें कुछ ऐसा रॉकेट नहीं है कि यू कांट डू अदर थिंग. बट फॉर
Hmm.
मी माई डेफिनेशन इज ऑप्शन सेलिंग इज लाइक अ फिक्स सैलरी. लाइक
Hmm.
मंथली कुछ ना कुछ आता रहता है. अगर इफ
Hmm.
यू डू विद द प्रॉपर रिस्क मैनेजमेंट और व्हाट प्रॉपर मैथमेटिक्स, आई वुड से दैट वुड द
Hmm.
बेटर वर्ड.
Hmm.
और बाइंग आई विल कंसीडर एज अ बोनस. सैलरी के साथ बोनस आएगा तो यू विल गेट अ बेटर रिजल्ट इन दैट. बट
Hmm.
इफ यू फोकस ओनली ऑन अ बोनस, बट वो जो ड्रॉ डाउन होंगे, हाउ यू आर गोइंग टू हैंडल दैट.
Hmm.
और 90% लोग वो बोनस के चक्कर में, वो जो दूसरा पेन हो रहा है आपके साथ, जो डेली ड्रॉ डाउन हो रहा है, वो एक्चुअली इफेक्ट करता है. हमको लगता है
Hmm.
कि नो इट्स ओके इट्स ओके, बट वो आपकी
Hmm.
साइकोलॉजी को धीमे धीमे इफेक्ट करता है. और जब व्हेन यू एक्चुअली हैव अ बेस्ट ट्रेड, वो आप
Hmm.
उतना डाउन होते हो कि यू विल टेक इट ऑन द मिनिमम साइज, और देन यू सी ओ शिट आई मिस दैट द बेस्ट
Hmm.
ट्रेड.
Hmm.
सो
Hmm.
दैट इज व्हाई बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि यू शुड हैव समथिंग रनिंग इन पैरेलल. देन वो फिर कॉन्फिडेंस के साथ आप नेक्स्ट ट्रेड ले पाओगे. दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. विद द लोअर कैपिटल, पीपल थिंक इन अदर वे कि ओके
Hmm.
दे हैव लाइक 60K और मे बी 2 lakhs. मतलब मेरी बात एक्चुअली हुए है जिनका लाइक कैपिटल इज लाइक 40K 60K, दे वांट टू अर्न 20,000 फ्रॉम दैट कैपिटल. आई एम नॉट श्योर
Hmm.
इफ इट इज पॉसिबल और नॉट, बट
Hmm.
थिंक इन द अदर वे, हाउ दे आर गोइंग
Hmm.
टू मैनेज द डेज वेयर दे आर नॉट गोइंग टू अर्न एनीथिंग. वो होगा.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So
Right.
you need to be prepared for that.
Yeah. Got it. Got it. Hmm. Got it. ठीक है, great. So let's do this. I think there is a lot of questions that are, the questions that are coming up. So let me start by inviting people to ask questions. So, Mr. Barkavi, do you want to go ahead first? And sorry, guys, before I let the question start, I want to make one very small request. Please be very to the point with your question, okay? And ask only one question because there are so many people, and we want to take as many questions as possible. So that's my request to you. So with that, Barkavi, go ahead, Mr. Barkavi or Manish Malhotra, which whoever wants to go ahead.
Sir, I just want to ask if the capital you are saying that somebody can start with 40-50,000. So, what should be the stop loss for him if the capital is 2 lakhs? What percentage stop loss should be there?
Actually, okay, so that's what I was trying to explain. It looks like I was not able to explain it properly. If you have a very small capital, the problem here is, let's assume you are able to make some money. Let's assume in the best case you are able to make a 10% return on that. But 10% of 2 lakhs is like a 20,000. You are not going to get a motivation after some time. If you are actually not having anything with that, the problem is 20,000 in India itself is too low. You are not able to complete your daily expenses also. And another thing, if on that capital you are only able to sell one lot of both leg, if you're doing option selling, even in an option buying, I explain you later, but in the option buying or selling, whatever, you are going to pay hell lot of brokerage, because for a 1200 lot and 25, in a both case you are going to pay 20 rupees per side, maybe once in a sale and once in a buy, or mean to exit that. So your brokerage side will also increase. So when your brokerage is increase, it means every time your return is actually decreasing. So you should have a minimum capital that I would consider at least 15-20 lakhs to get in the market, because lot of people think in a way that by option buying itself they will able to generate 10%. I'm not saying that you can't, but the problem is how you are going to handle that 10 or 12 bad days. Because this is what my calculation says, you can't take more than 4-5% of risk on your capital if you are taking overnight position in a day. So let's assume you only utilized 5% of your capital. So what you're going to do with the other capital? Either you're going to sell it. You're getting my point, what I'm trying to explain it. Because in a
Yeah.
overnight, like anything can happen 100% against you. So maybe if you are using 30% of capital, let's assume market open at a flat also, so you are at least going to lose your 30 or 40% of your used capital.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Got it. So, Mr. Barkavi, are you there, or you have you do? Are you? Do you want to ask a question, or I don't know if he's there. Okay, breakout charts. You want to go ahead?
Yeah, hi everyone. Hi Bia. Uh,
Hi.
Bia, छोटी सी क्वेरी है, मतलब I could have asked somewhere else on a call पे भी पूछ सकता था मैं, but I guess
हाँ, कोई
सबके लिए
हाँ,
थोड़ा समझना इजी हो जाएगा. So
श्योर श्योर।
जनरल क्वेरी हो सकती है. So भैया, जैसे मान लीजिए मैं ऑप्शन सेलिंग करने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ फॉर
हाँ
इंस्टेंट, तो जो सिस्टम में जैसे आपने 3 और 5 मिनट का भी RSI का कॉन्सेप्ट से एंट्री बताई,
हाँ
हाउ वुड यू एग्जिट? जैसे मान लीजिए 3 और 5 मिनट्स पे मेरी स्ट्रैटेजी से बोलते हैं कि चलो मार्केट ऊपर जाएगा तो क्या आई कैन सेल पी. बट क्या होता है ना, अभी मार्केट ऐसा हो रहा है कि बहुत लंबी लंबी कैंडल्स बनती है, तो हाउ वुड यू प्लान द एग्जिट स्ट्रैटेजी? अगर आप उस पर कुछ बताना चाहें तो दैट वुड बी हेल्पफुल
ओके
फॉर मी.
सो ओके सो ये मतलब आई थिंक दिस इज नॉट अ फुल क्वेश्चन बट मे बी लेट मी ट्राई टू आंसर. अभी इसमें बहुत सारे सिनारियो हो सकते हैं कि हाउ यू वांट टू प्ले इंट्राडे, और मे बी इफ बहुत ज्यादा लॉस नहीं है तो मे बी यू कैन कैरी फॉरवर्ड, और वो कितना रिस्क होगा. जैसे कि हम एक सिंपल एग्जांपल लेते हैं. लेट्स एज्यूम मार्केट वी आर ऑन फ्राइडे and we have entered in some P position. Okay, on a Friday the spot was 34,000 and we entered under 33,000 P. This is the actual example of the market. So what will happen, let's assume your view didn't go well. So there is a two option. Either you take a stop loss based on your position. Let's assume you want, okay, so what is the positions for me, maybe I can explain you. The maximum amount I can earn in a day, I'm happy to lose similar amount on other day. This is what is the definition for me. मतलब अगर मैं एक्सपायरी वाले डे को नॉर्मल एवरेज 2% कमा सकता हूं, तो मैं एक्सपायरी वाले डे को 2 या 3% ही से ज्यादा लॉस नहीं दूंगा. सेम मंडे को भी इफ आई एम एबल टू मेक सिमिलर टाइप ऑफ रिटर्न, तो मैं उस दिन भी उतना ही लॉस लूंगा. ये एक थंब रूल है मेरा. व्हाट डज इट मीन कि हम वीकली कैलकुलेट कर कर किसी खराब डे, मतलब जैसे कि मेरे लिए बहुत अच्छा डे फ्राइडे या मंडे नहीं होता, तो आई ऑलवेज बी इन अ स्मॉलर साइज. तो मेरा लॉस का नंबर टोटल कैपिटल पे होगा रादर देन अ स्मॉल दिस थिंग, रादर देन अ वन लैग. तो दिस इज व्हाट आई कंसीडर. अभी इसका मैं जवाब कैसे दूंगा? इफ आई एम कंफर्टेबल टेकिंग दैट पोजीशन टू अदर डे, looking at the market condition, I will buy some overnight hedge and I may take it to the other day, because अभी वो अगले दिन भी इन द मनी नहीं आता है और काफी डिस्टेंस है, तो स्टिल इन ऑप्शन सेलिंग यू विल मेक मनी. अभी इसका एक मैथमेटिक्स और अच्छा आंसर हो सकता है. नॉर्मली मार्केट में 1%, दिस 6 वीक्स आर एक्सेप्शनल. नॉर्मली मार्केट में 2% या 1.5% गैप अप गैप डाउन नहीं होता. नॉर्मली 0.5% से 1% के बीच में ही रहता है. 2% इज लाइक इतना स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड नहीं होता हमेशा. तो मैं अगर होगा तो आई विल कंसीडर कि मेरा जो पोजीशन क्लोजिंग के डे में 800-900 पॉइंट अगर फार है, तो आई विल टेक दैट पोजीशन होम विथ बाइंग पी लैग प्लस similar distance और similar type of this thing premium. Let's assume कि 100 का प्रीमियम जब क्लोज हुआ 140 था, तो I will buy like 60-70 rupees का प्रीमियम as a hedge, plus I will sell something in a C with a 80-90 rupees का प्रीमियम with a buying side. तो वो मेरा स्ट्रेंगल बन जाएगा और नेक्स्ट डे कैरी होगा, प्लस उसमें कुछ ना कुछ मुझे डिके मिलेगा अगर ओवरनाइट बहुत हैवी ये ना हो, मतलब गैप डाउन या गैप अप. बट वो आपको मार्केट कंडीशन समझना होगा. दैट इज द मेन थिंग हियर.
Yeah, got it. Vijay, go ahead.
Hi, Saurabh. How are you?
I
Now just I'm a small trader and my capital is currently 35 lakh. Now my expected return monthly is 5 to 6%. So what I
uh,
suggest, like, if we achieve our monthly target, shall we continue trading for the rest of the month, or do we have to stop the trading? Because in the current month, what happened? The monthly target was being completed within like 6 or 7 days, and then the drawdown means then after due to gap up and gap down, I was making some losses. But currently it is manageable. It is right now 3% plus. So what do you suggest? Like, shall we continue trading once we achieve our monthly
what
target?
is your experience in the market? I mean, like how many
Uh,
years you?
no, I have been in the market for like for 10 years, but with option I'm doing for past 2.5 years.
Okay, so okay, for what I do, I can explain you. If my monthly target achieve or basically I have a weekly target. First, I set a weekly target. If I'm able to achieve, that is fine. If not, maybe I continue. If I am able to achieve, let's assume the weekly target in a first day itself. Sometime I reduce the this thing position, but I don't stop trading. The reason is, maybe in other day also you might get a better return also. But again, this is a zero sum game. You might lose something, but if you have a lesser position, you will get it. Let's assume another day is also favorable for you and you get a return on that. Then I secure my monthly return and I only play on the risk of the return which I received.
Got it.
Th-
Got it. Saurabh, just to let you know, once a question is asked, I generally remove that person and bring someone new, so they may not be able to respond to you. But
sure, sure,
I got,
sure,
yeah,
sure,
yeah, yeah.
sure.
Okay, Bhavesh, go ahead.
Hey, thank you for giving opportunity to speak. First of all, my question was that I'm new into these options. Basically, I used to do futures in crypto segment, but I don't have any idea regarding that. So, how should I start in this?
I'm not sure if you missed my initial conversation, which I have given the both example. You need to have some formula or you need to have some strategy which you have written everything step by step in paper. Then maybe you do some back testing. To do back testing, the easiest way is in a trading view, you do control G. It will give you from where you want to start and do by bar. This is the easiest way. And for a month you can use TradingView as a free using any credit card, and if you cancel that credit card subscription within 29 days you won't be charged anything. But you need to do this thing by yourself. If you rely on somebody else strategy, and if you're not doing back testing, or some back testing is nothing but you are getting a experience in a chart, then you will not actually able to deploy your capital. Then okay, one more thing is there. I never recommend anybody to do the paper trading, because in a paper trading, when your actual money is not involved, you are actually not going to achieve anything from the market, because you will never feel that pressure of losing or you losing anything. That is the main thing. When something going against you, how you are going to behave, 80% or maybe 70% things depend on that.
Got it. Yeah, yeah. Sagar, go ahead.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah,
हेलो
good
Go
evening.
ahead.
गुड इवनिंग सर सर मैं ना अभी 2-2.5 साल से ऑप्शन ट्रेडिंग कर रहा हूँ. तो अभी थोड़ा बहुत अच्छा चल रहा है. मैंने शुरू के 1 साल तो काफी कम क्वांटिटी से करा, बट अभी मेरे साथ रिसेंटली क्या प्रॉब्लम होता है, जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल मैंने कोई नॉन डायरेक्शनल ट्रेड बनाया, स्ट्रैडल बनाया, और कई बार क्या होता है कि वो मेरा पॉइंट ऑफ बीट कर देता है कि मेरे को ये था कि भाई 100 पॉइंट यहाँ से ऊपर जाएगा तो मुझे ये वाला लेग खत्म कर देना, बट बार का अपने सेंटिमेंट्स में वो नहीं कट पाता, तो उसमें लॉस काफी बड़ा हो जाता है. तो उस चीज को कैसे ओवरकम करे?
हेलो सौरभ सर.
यस
जी, आप इस पूरे
No, hold
ऑडियो
on,
की
guys.
रिकॉर्डिंग डाल सकते हैं? हम थोड़ा सा बाहर आए तो इस वजह से सुन ना पाए, आधा सुना है.
हाँ, recording
और
मिल
सर
जाएगा
सौरभ
आपको,
सर,
don't worry.
Yes.
जी आप हमको अपने टेलीग्राम चैनल
Sorry, I had to remove that guy. Sagar, go ahead. Did you ask a question?
हाँ हाँ जी सर, मेरा क्वेश्चन सुन जाए या मैं एक बार रिपीट करूँ?
हाँ, मैं आपका पॉइंट समझा। देखिए, उसका सबसे सिंपलेस्ट एग्जांपल है जो मैंने आपको फर्स्ट में बोला, वो इतना इम्पोर्टेंट है। इट्स सिंपल। अगर आपके पास कुछ रिटर्न सेट नहीं है, हाउ यू आर गोइंग टू अचीव दैट? इट्स लाइक ओके, आपको समझ लीजिए थर्ड फ्लोर या 10th फ्लोर पे या किसी एक पर्टिकुलर फ्लोर पर जाना है और आपको रास्ता ही नहीं पता है, आप कैसे जाओगे? इट्स लाइक दैट। वो रिटर्न होना आपके पास बहुत जरूरी है, और उसको जब आप बैक टेस्ट करो या कुछ करो तो वो आपको कॉन्फिडेंस देता है, और वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। आप उसी को इम्प्रूव कर सकते हो और उसी को फॉलो कर सकते हो। आपके पास कुछ सेट नहीं होगा तो आप इम्प्रूव क्या करोगे?
Yeah, right. Rahul, go ahead.
Hi, Saurabh.
Hi Rahul.
Hi. So, many times we have seen on the Twitter that on expiry day you share the trades where you are selling the in the money options in the direction of the market, in the direction of the index movement after 1 o'clock, and typically it's like 70, 80, or even 100. So, just wanted to know the thought process and rationale that goes behind it, and what could be the exit point and associated risk management with that. If you can
Okay,
elaborate on that.
so that is okay. So this is what that trade I normally take when I am in a good profit, or I'm in sitting on some comfortable position. Otherwise, I don't take a risky position. That is most important part. And in a expiry day, we need to understand premium is going to become zero even if they are going to trade in your range itself. So these are the two main psychology behind my any trade. Let's assume I'm already in a deep loss. I might not take such type of the risky trades. Yeah, for such trade, you need to understand the direction also. That is also important. But before that, these 2 points are more important than this direction, because if you are in a loss on after 1 p.m., your premium is going to fluctuate like anything, and a small fluctuation would be like 30% increase or 40% increase on premium that you will not able to handle, and you will exit those trade early if you are not in a good profit. So first 2 points are more important rather than the third point, which is the direction of your market.
Understood. Abhishek?
Yeah, thank you. Hi, Saurav, Abhishek here. I
Yeah,
want
hi,
to
Abhishek.
understand. I want to understand on expiry days, for example, on the I don't recall exactly, but last expiry, I think you sold 33,500 or 33,300 call options. How do you trail the stop loss on the expiry day?
Okay, so this is almost a similar thing. You need to understand the mathematics behind the options. How you are going to get that? It's everybody says a position size or whatever, but I consider as a how much loss or how much you want to lose in that particular trade. So that is how I calculate. That is the main thing, because after 1 p.m. game is 100% different, and something which you sold in a morning, the game is different. So every scenario is a different. Actually, okay, so maybe I can just try to explain here. I have 9 strategies which actually I have written somewhere with some set of rule. So uh, I think 4 or 5
Yep.
is dependent on other two strategies, is something like that. So if you have written something, your position sizing, your risk, everything will calculate as soon as you start writing your strategies. And you actually run those strategies on backtest, or maybe you got some experience using those strategies with actually using those set of rules.
Right.
Hopefully I'm able to answer that.
Yeah. No, I think you are able to. Rohit, go ahead.
सर मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि जैसे आप यूजुअली जो ट्विटर पे आप डालते हो अपना ट्रेड्स, तो उसमें आप यूजुअली स्टार्ट करते हो डायरेक्शनल बेट के साथ, तो आपके क्या व्यूज हैं स्टार्टिंग विद स्ट्रैडल वर्सेस डायरेक्शनल बेट के साथ स्टार्ट करना? और आपने बोला कि मैं
Okay,
पोजीशन
okay.
ज्यादा करता हूं।
So there is a two type of trade I take. One is intraday trade and another is a positional trade. The trade which I shared on Twitter are mostly intraday trade. तो intraday trade में तो आपको directional ही जाना होगा. Otherwise, how you are going to get a decay? Except expiry day, or maybe on the Wednesday. So that is the main reason I share these things on Twitter. मतलब जो भी आप directional कह सकते हो उसे.
Got it. Kapil?
Yeah, actually, my question is to Saurabh ji. You make a mindset that I will only sell on the particular price tag like 150 to 100 to 150. I have never seen you going beyond 150 to 200 premium selling aggressively.
Yeah, I don't like to sell anything below that. The reason is you won't get a decay if you are going to sell 30 rupees, 40 rupees. Now there is one more problem. After this SEBI rules, everybody buy far ATM. तो अभी अगर आप नए हो मार्केट में और मे बी लाइक पुराने हो मार्केट में, यू माइट हैव सीन कि पहले क्या होता था, लाइक 10 रुपीज का जो प्रीमियम था बहुत जल्दी डिके हो जाता. अभी आप जो 10 रुपीज या 15 रुपीज का प्रीमियम मारते हो वो डे एंड में ही जाके डिके होता है. So that is the important. And one thing is, if you know the direction and if you want to get some decay, you need to sell actually larger premium, at least 200 150 premium. Otherwise there is nothing you are going to get in intraday.
Yeah, understood. Mayur?
हाय सौरभ.
हाय Mayur.
सर आपने जैसे बताया कि आपके 90% पोजीशन जो ट्रेड होते हैं वो पोजिशनल होते हैं, तो सर आप कैन प्लीज आप एक्सप्लेन कर सकते हो, आप जब पोजिशनल ट्रेड लेते हो तो आप चार्ट के अलावा या फिर चार्ट में कौन कौन की चीज आप मार्क करते हो या कौन कौन की चीजें आप देखते हो, उसके हिसाब से आप पोजिशनल या फिर इंट्राडे में जो ट्रेड लेते हो वो आप ले पाते हो.
Okay, so for me everything is what I make a view. तो अभी normally positions के लिए I prefer a one day view. मतलब one day का chart ही मैं देखता हूँ. That is purely on the price action, that too on a one day chart. उस chart के base पे I make a view कि I need to sell a triangle 90% or maybe 80% I am on the triangle. मतलब मैं naked one side नहीं लेके जाता. तो उस view पे मैं ये देखता हूँ कि my view is this thing like डाउन का व्यू है या अप का मूव है. अगर अप का है तो माइट बी माई पी प्रीमियम वुड बी मोर इन कंपैरिजन टू सी प्रीमियम. दिस इज व्हाट द लॉजिक आई नॉर्मली ट्रेड.
Got it. Green and clean?
Yeah, I wanted to find out, hi Saurabh, I wanted to find out what are the risks associated with a covered call strategy. So let's say if I own the underlying, then if I sell a call at a higher strike price, what could go wrong in the trade?
I don't do cover calls and any type of options in share. The problem with the option with the shares is share actually can move 20-30% also. So I stopped doing those things. These things I used to do when I was new. I literally don't do those things. The main risk is the same thing I explained you. You never know. Index actually हिस्ट्री के हिसाब से जितना मुझे आइडिया है जब से मैं मार्केट में हूँ, द बिगेस्ट फॉल वाज ऑन द कोविड when Nifty gapped down around 800 and I think demonetization ke time like 500 or something. This is what I remember. And for a upside, I think when this guy Manmohan Singh got re-elected, I guess that time 20% freeze. But these were 3 or 4 incident only. But for a stock, you never know. और लिक्विडिटी का इशू इतना हाई हो जाता है इफ वो एक लिमिट से ज्यादा हो जाता है, और प्लस अगर थोड़ा भी आपका कैपिटल ज्यादा है, इट्स लिटरली अ पेन ऑप्शंस में, एटलीस्ट फॉर द स्टॉक. तो ऑलमोस्ट मैंने बंद कर दिया है वो. आई डोंट डू दिस. दीज आर द पेन पॉइंट एज पर मी.
Got it. JPG? जगदीश, सॉरी जगदीश.
ओके सौरभ जी, मेरे को ये पूछना था, मोस्टली ऐसा होता है कि जो इंडेक्स है वो किसी एक ट्रेंड में जा रहा है, जैसे डाउन साइड में जा रहा है और जा रहा है, वो बार बार रिट्रेस करता रहता है, फिर डाउन चला जाता है, रिट्रेस करता है, फिर डाउन चला जाता है, और फिर एक तो तुरंत वो इस तरह से छलांग लगाता है और ऊपर साइड में चला जाता है। ठीक है, तो उसको कैसे सेंस कर सकते हैं कि अब ये इस साइड में जाने वाला है? क्योंकि आप जैसे ही रिट्रेस कर रहा होता है आपको लगता है कि अप साइड जाएगा, आपने अगर ट्रेड लिया आपका स्टॉप लॉस हिट होएगा, फिर वो आपसे नीचे चलाएगा। ऐसा 2-3 बार आपने किया, आप यहाँ से फेड अप हो जाएंगे, उसके बाद में वो कोशिश करता है और एकदम एक स्पीड से अप साइड जाता है। तो इसको कैसे सेंस किया जा सकता है? आपका एक्सपीरियंस है इस हिसाब से कुछ बताइए।
ये तो आपको एक्सपीरियंस से ही आएगा, मतलब ये तो आपको प्रैक्टिस ही करना पड़ेगा, अदरवाइज मतलब मैं बहुत श्योर नहीं हूँ कि इसको मैं आपको कैसे रिप्लाई करूँ। हाँ, बट एक सिंपल चीज है कि एक टाइम के बाद सारे सेलर बायर बन जाते हैं। वो कैसे होता है, जिसको हम कहते हैं एसएल हिट होता है, या कभी ना कभी उनको एग्जिट करना पड़ता है, और जब वो कंडीशन आ जाता है तो उसका अपसाइड होना का स्पीड नॉर्मल से डबल होता है। इसका मतलब ये है, जो ऑप्शन बायर होते हैं, क्योंकि मैं खुद ऑप्शन बाइंग कर लेता हूँ, वो मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम पैसा शॉर्ट कवरिंग में ही बनाते हैं, ना कि आपका डाउन साइड में। रीजन क्या होता है, पी का डिके बहुत हाई होता है अगर छोटा कैंडल भी आया, जबकि सी के केस में ये नहीं होता, बिकॉज उसका प्रीमियम कम होता है। दिस इज व्हाट माय एक्सपीरियंस इज। होपफुली आई एबल टू एक्सप्लेन यू दिस।
Yeah. Ishwar?
Yeah. Hi, Saurabh and Gordon. Thanks for hosting this space. And I have a couple of questions, if you don't mind. So, first thing is, how can we reduce slippages if you're doing like huge quantities? This is one thing which I've been facing issues of late.
Huge quantities means what is your quantity?
I generally trade with 2000 quantity of Bag Nifty.
1000 quantity, there is no slippage in our index, almost zero. I know people who trade with 2 lakhs quantity.
Yeah,
2000 is nothing.
So generally, can I explain my problem if you don't mind?
Yeah.
So basically, I use Sensible for creating strategies, strategy builder, and there it shows the max loss even after I reset the prices. So, and since the quantity freeze limit is 1200 at Bank Nifty, I had to execute 2 trades. So after that, then suddenly I check after creating an iron fly or a iron condor, my max loss reduces in the strategy builder once I check that. So, is there any solution for that? That's my first question.
I really don't do these iron condor, iron fly. Iron condor, you can consider strangle with buying. I don't do those things. At least iron fly, I don't do. The problem is, iron fly is nothing but a straddle with a far buying. Actually, you are in a huge leverage on that, and straddle itself will give you some slippage plus adjustment. I don't do those things. It's unnecessary pain. When I was new, I used to do those things. Then after I realized it's not the place where you are actually going to make money. Iron fly and those things. The problem is your probability of profit is very very limited on a very small वो जो graph बनता है, what is that called, payoff graph, very small, and I want to play on a portion where payoff graph is larger, not on that smaller thing. So I personally don't like those things. And my experience, if you grow your capital, you're going to face hell lot of issues on those things. So I don't do those things.
Right. Prashant?
Hi, Saurabh. So on Fridays and Mondays, straddle and strangle premiums are pretty high on the Bank Nifty. What what should be the optimal stop loss at the individual legs? Taking an example, let's say if we go with a non-directional strategy, which is a straddle in the morning or a strangle. So what should be a minimum stop loss or an optimal stop loss on each leg? Should it be like, do you by going by your experience, do you foresee a percentage like 30 to 40, or which exactly, if on that day you save your capital, rest of the days like Tuesday, Wednesday or Thursday, if the premiums are already decayed a lot, so you are able to earn something, right? So on a weekly
Actually,
basis.
this is one of the myth concept about percentage and those things. uh, this is not the way I calculate. First of all, and Fridays are one of the best days if they remain in a range for a option seller, because the most of the decay you can get on the Fridays, even those decays on the number you can't get on the Thursday itself. But you need to understand if that Friday is right for option selling or not. That is more important rather than the percentage thing, because on the last Friday, means on the Friday, lot of people did the same selling, and I actually did not did the selling. The reason is there was not at all a decay. So if you're not getting any decay on the first half, you need to identify how to get a how to you need to identify that on the first half you are actually getting a decay or not. If you are not getting any decay, don't trade on the first half, maybe try to trade on second half as soon as you get a decay, and in a small time itself you will able to earn everything which you might not able to earn when you actually entered in the 9:30 or whatever in the morning. So that is more important rather than your percentage SL or whatever you explain. That is not at all important.
Saurabh, before I invite the next person to ask question, I just wanted to check with you. Is it okay if we take questions for another 10 minutes? I know it's
Yeah,
getting
yeah,
late for
fine.
you.
Yeah,
Huh?
it's okay. We
Yeah.
can take 10,
Yeah.
10
Thank
minutes.
you. Thank you. Thank you. Gaurav, go ahead.
First, first of all, thank you very much for the opportunity. Hi, Saurabh. Uh,
Yeah,
so,
hi.
yeah, so my question is, I'm pretty novice trader as of now, and I must admit it. What I wanted to know that Strangle is also something I'm getting comfortable slowly, and when I hear
What
you,
is your capital before you start anything? That is most important part for me.
okay, yeah, good point actually. So I have started with a capital of 6 lakh.
Too
Okay,
low for a selling. Actually,
I,
too low.
okay, and what I do, I use like 2 lots for creating legs. So 2 lots in 3 legs around, and rest of the money I save for if there some adjustments have to be done.
Okay, so what is your question actually?
My so my question is that let's say I have created a strangle. Okay, both the legs are there, and let's say there is a 200 point suddenly down move or up move. So either leg will give a lot of losses, and then most of the time the reversal also happens pretty quickly. So one mistake I do that I try to take buying side a third leg in the contrast of where the move was there, and that actually gives me a loss. So even if I'm going in a positive, I eventually end my most of the days being in a negative. So do you have some suggestion, or if you
I really don't know means what to answer, because you already explained what is your problem. So if you know your problem, you need to work on your problem. Because I tried to explain in the previous question that you need to identify when you need to sell, when you not to sell. That is the main thing rather than selling without understanding when to sell. Like a lot of people just in the morning at 9:30 or whatever time they think they just sell a strangle. This is not the right way to do the option selling. So you need to identify that first, when to sell, or if you want to sell or not, or if it's the right time, or if it's the right market to sell or not. Not time, right market. That is most important part. If you want to benefit from the decay, then there is only 2 days you actually you're going to get some decay. That is on Wednesday or on Thursday. That is actually you are going to get decay. Otherwise, on all other days, if your views are not right, if market is volatile, maybe you need to get a SL in the both side. Maybe we can take another question.
Sorry, I was on mute. Himanshu, go ahead. Himanshu, go ahead. Himanshu, are you there? Himanshu?
Can you hear my voice?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So first of all, good evening and thanks for sharing your knowledge with us, Mr. Saurabh. I
Yeah, thank
regularly
you.
read your tweets. Now, a lot of things has been clarified by other people who had asked some questions. Now, I just wanted to know one thing. Like mostly, I can see that what you propose is a directional back. Mostly, it could be vertical spreads. Now, what do you have a specific timing that you watch for intraday? I'm now referring intraday bets. I do
No,
also write
there is
Bank
no
Nifty
time.
options.
No, there is
Yeah.
no
Okay.
timing. That is
Timing.
okay.
Okay.
There is no time basically. Uh, it's depend on the market. Let's assume okay. So just to give you a example, I have seen after 10:30 or 10:15 up to 1, you might get a slightly directional market, but it's not always true. So maybe if you just want to use straddle or strangle, that is the time you can do it. But the again, intraday might have 10 different type of strategies. Maybe some want to eat at theta, some want to get a directional, anything. That again, you need to write something based on your rule. Every day can have a different rule. You can't get okay on a Friday. There was almost no decay because their decay was on a directional. That too, uh, decay was actual decay happened after like after afternoon only. Even if you play directional, actually P was also not decaying as per the expectation. Everything happened after that, and as soon as after 3 or something, I have seen there was a huge decay in a C side itself, and suddenly after 15 minutes at the end, again C increased because the due to last candle. So directional you can play anytime, uh, but you need to judge the market. But for a non-directional, again, you need to identify market is in range or not. For that identification, either you need to rely on some maybe I'm not sure price action, or you need to identify some way to analyze the market. That is more important rather than timing because you never know what is going to happen when.
Yeah. Honest trader. Uh, honest trader. Can you hear me? Or maybe Karthik? Why don't you go ahead?
Yes, yes. Hello.
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. Honest trader.
Yeah. Hello, Mr. Saurabh.
Yeah.
Previously, I used to do triangle in positional, but current scenario, it's not working. What I used to do is I used to sell 25 rupees premium in Nifty.
This
Both.
is very hypothetical question. Actually, I'm not sure if you missed what I said previously. You can't sell option just based on this thing like 2000 point far and take it as a positional for a next day. The problem is market is actually moving 1200 point both side, so your 25 premium will become 200 in a day itself. You can't have that premium, so you need to understand the market directional. That is more important. And actually uh, right now it's actually happened from almost a year now. The market actually start moving a lot, so you need to understand the market direction. That is more important right now. Just you can't take a कि 2000 point दूर का premium ले लिया और you are safe. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Saurabh, we'll take the last three questions and then we'll conclude this wonderful space. So, Karthik, you go ahead.
Uh, uh, Thank you. Hey, Saurabh. Actually, I regularly follow your tweets and your option strikes. Uh, that's very good. And, like, even I just have one question, like some few clarifications I need. That even when the premiums like fluctuating like hell, like it would be up and down like a P side and C side, then you would be even after 2:30 p.m. or 3 p.m. you would be just go ahead and selling the P or C sell options. At the money or in the money. I also like even I don't see that other professional traders who have more experience doing that, but you are able to do that, and you
So,
are able to get
Karthik,
like
can you
yeah.
quickly jump to the question? What's the question?
Yeah, and how he is able to do that, and because it is not like more convenient or comfortable, right? When your premiums were fluctuating right and up and down. so much, and how he is more convenient and able to take that type of trades?
I have a system built around that. So maybe you need to listen this space again, and you need to make some system around that. You actually can't copy anyone blindly. You need to have something your own. Then only you will get that level of conviction, that, or maybe you level of directional trade, whatever you consider it.
Yeah, yeah. Sridhar, go ahead. Sridhar? Okay. Senapati, go ahead.
Hi, Saurabh. Thank you for your valuable time. Just a YY question. So, how will we handle? Suppose I have a bullish view. So, I have a bullish view. So, how do I carry that positional for next day? If one leg I have a maximum loss, so how will you handle this one with some hedge?
I think I'm not still clear with your question, because if you have bullish view, why you have a loss in other leg? I'm not
No,
sure.
no. Suppose I have a bullish view. Market may be bears next day. So I want to reduce my loss. So how I'll take it this hedge concept, so that, and what are the strike price I need to choose? Suppose what an example.
Right now, I think this is not the right uh, market to give you the right answer, because this is affecting everybody. So let's not consider it as an ideal situation. When market will remain in a normal way, maybe then you won't face such type of issue, because one day market is going like 4% negative, and another it's opening at a 2%. As per my knowledge, it should not be the case. Either it should open up flat or slightly negative on the next day. So this is not the right time to answer your question. Maybe I actually don't have exact answer for that.
Yeah, got it. It's fine, Saurabh. We'll take the last question for the day. Pushpinder, go ahead.
Hello, sir. Just I wanted to
Yeah, hi.
ask him, how do you decide on the direction of the market?
Price action?
Direction of the market.
Based on price action.
Okay.
Okay. I guess that was it. And just a second. Just hold on. Let me just. Yeah. So, Saurabh, I must really, really thank you. I mean, I know it's too late for you. It's almost probably 1 o'clock, or I guess. Thank you very much, and thank you for taking the time out and answering all the questions so enthusiastically. Recording of this space, actually, to be honest with you, I forgot to activate the recording, but I guess we have the recording space. Handle already on here, and I believe he or she will help get the recording out. So my apologies, but the recording should anyways be available. So thank you a lot, and Saurabh, particularly thank you to you again, and hope all of you have a great trading week ahead, and trading career ahead. With
Yeah,
that,
thank you, Gordon, for hosting me. Thanks for everybody for the time, and thanks for attending the space. If anything specific is there, maybe you can ask me on Twitter, but don't ask how much ROI, how you are doing taxation in Australia, something those, because I think these are like, if you're not if you don't have a similar capital and those things, I don't think it's going to help you anyways. So maybe ask something which actually going to help you on that. I mostly don't reply such type of questions. That is what actually I want to.
got it. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Thank
Saurabh.
you, everybody.